All right, Zach, thanks. The Carnegie Science Center in Pittsburgh wants to wish you and yours a spooktacular Halloween. And what better way to do that than by adding to the mix of their well-known miniature and railroad village, a display that creates the 1968 thriller movie, The Night of the Living Dead. In a 7 News exclusive, anchor Rebecca Little tells us more about the iconic movie's Pennsylvanian origin and some other scary scenes along the way.
Someone once said October brings crisp, cool nights and Halloween frights. Science Center employee and modelist Rosalie Garfinkel takes us on a tour of the village. The Night of the Living Dead was filmed in rural Evans City, Pennsylvania, and is this year's newest addition. It is an actual replica of the ghouls, the church, and the cemetery that sits nestled in the village, surrounded by other scary scenes.
In connection with the Night of the Living Dead Chapel in Evans City Cemetery, for the month of October, we are also doing a special Halloween spooky feature throughout the railroad.
Garfinkel, who is their miniature train and village go-to guru, says it isn't based on any one area of PA per se. The Halloween display is quite fitting with all of this fall foliage. The display is set up so you can take yourself on a self-guided tour that highlights parts of southwestern Pennsylvania, giving you a general history lesson.
With the chapel from Night of the Living Dead, it became popular because of that movie, which was shot in 1968. But the chapel itself was built in 1923.
As a treat to trick everybody, the crew at the Science Center thought it would be the perfect timing to tell folklore true crime stories and hide little familiar figurines like the Night of the Living Dead display to scare the Halloween socks right off you.
So, for example, next to the chapel, we do have zombies.
A gated cemetery full of tiny tombstones is near a chapel on some church property. The two ghastly ghouls in yellow dresses are the zombies. Ugh. And if you zoom in, you can see them dining on a delicacy fit only for a reawakened corpse.
We didn't have a cemetery on our layout, and we needed somewhere to put all the little dead people.
The scavenger hunt also includes a witch, a seance where people are on the porch hoping to get in touch with some spirits, some trick-or-treaters, a werewolf, a scarecrow, a jack-o'-lantern over here, and a jack-o'-lantern over there, right next to Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood with Mr. McFeely and friends. A total of 13 orange painted pumpkins scattered throughout the scenic village.
We also have other features from history, spooky history from southern Pennsylvania. We have Mothman, which is West Virginia, but it's close enough to Pennsylvania that we wanted to put him in here.
Smile for the camera. Right along the river's edge, a Bigfoot sighting. How scary. You can certainly see that if you bring your game face for this hunt, there are plenty of pumpkins perfectly placed along the pathway with other scary Halloween staples and a blast from the past showing of a few frightening fellows. At the Carnegie Science Center, I'm Rebecca Little, working for you.
In a second story, Rebecca will take us back to the Carnegie Science Center for an exclusive look inside the miniature railroad village workshop to see just how these tiny scenes come together. We'll air that story for you on 7 News at 5 on Friday.